Chicago Sky get utterly destroyed by the Indiana Fever in the first game of the season. We're going to talk about what went wrong, everything, and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host there, Haize. I'm joined by my brother in arms, Stevo. And yeah, that sucked. 93-58. The Chicago Sky get completely and utterly destroyed. They shoot the ball 29% as a team in this game. Angel Reese leads in scoring with 12 points, 17 rebounds, 1 assist. You got Ariel Atkins behind her with 11 points, and no other player scores in double figures. This was a team that did not seem connected. They did not seem like they had the game plan that we saw in the preseason or any type of semblance of half-court offense at all. Stevo, how you feeling about this game?
Pretty much everything you just uttered. Like, I didn't see that wasn't to me. That wasn't a team out there. That was a team that was just out there figuring out a team that felt they instead of being together for 3 months, it looked like they only known each other for 3 days. Out of sync, didn't come to play. It was just in 3 phases of basketball. They just got outcoached, outplayed, out physical, everything. When it came down to outsmarted, everything. That little Indiana looked like a basketball team. We did it. Floor spacing wasn't good. Moving without the ball wasn't good. Nobody was cutting to the basket. The game plan within itself was just we're going to shoot threes, and eventually one is going to fall. We're going to also try a lot of different type of offenses. I felt like this was a very heavy point forward game by Angel, something we've never really seen her do the whole entire game. There was players that's scorers on this team that wasn't aggressive. I don't know. Like I said again, I don't know what it is. Ariel made every single shot except one today, but she was only allowed to shoot but so many compared to everybody else. Like Rachel Bannell, who came in and every time she touched the ball, the motherfucking ball flew out her goddamn hand. So it's just you had a terrible performance by the bench. I think you only got upwards of 17 points from the bench or something like that. You didn't get nothing from Michaela. Shooting threes was terrible. Angel struggled. I wouldn't just I can't say she struggled that much. I mean, she missed. She was not as efficient as she could be, but she played a completely different. She played like she was at high school again, which is probably different than something she's not used to. And Camilla just wasn't Camilla. I don't know what the fuck is going on with her. She just didn't look like monster Camilla, and I think that's been the common thing, and the common thing we've been wondering and waiting for to see a consistent, dominant fucking Camilla, and she just wasn't that today. So everything that could go wrong in the first game of the season did go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't word it any better myself. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. We weren't connected. We weren't communicating on the defensive side of the ball. We weren't stopping anything. We couldn't match their physicality. We couldn't match their execution. We had a secondary. Like in the first quarter, basically for almost the entirety of the first half, both teams were shooting like absolute shit. And so there was that thought like, okay, yeah, they're up by double digits, but neither team's shooting well. If we can start shooting better, maybe we can get back in this game. That never happened for us. It did happen for them. They went from shooting, I think, 20, right under 30% as a team, up to 46% on the game and 33% from three. We just weren't able to do what we needed to do. And they're going to have to really go back to the drawing board and try to figure out what they're going to do as far as their offense. Because, listen, I love using Angel as the point forward. Make no mistake about it. But if you're going to use a point forward and people aren't going to move off the ball, it's
pointless.
It's just bad basketball. You give the ball to Courtney Vandersloot and go to pick and roll. Go to the simplicity of basketball. Run pick and roll at that point. You got double bigs. We heard so much about the pick and roll with Camilla and Courtney and how that was going to be a weapon and something that was going to use as like the base of the offense. We really didn't see much of that at all. Like, so this is, I know it's only the first game of the season. You completely just need to be getting some kinks out and things like that. I want to be clear there. But for this to be the first game that mattered that we saw of this team, I tell you what, this didn't look like you needed to fire Teresa Weatherspoon to get any type of better offense. This looked like a Teresa Weatherspoon coached offense without Kennedy.
Yeah, like it may be even worse. Like it was a lot of times where it was just stagnant. And last year it was just stagnant. This year, like even with Courtney, I see her yell at people because they just wasn't in their right spot. And even on the other side, like you seen with Caitlyn, she was. You could see it on her face. If people wasn't, and she was ready to start to play, and you wasn't in the right spot, she got frustrated. And the same thing was Courtney. We wasn't in. She was in there telling them you need to go over there, which I understand, but compared to the two teams, it was way too many times where we was out of position, not only on offense but on defense. And I think also that was a little bit of a worry. I like coming into this year, we knew one thing we was gonna be able to do: play some defense and be scrappy. Didn't see that shit today. They look like the defense and scrappy team that they wasn't last year. And that's the funny thing. Coming in this year, we knew Indiana had the firepower offense. We was questioning the defense. Defense looked damn good today.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Indiana, shout out to them. And like I said, I don't want to make it seem like it's just this happened because the Sky failed at what they were trying to do. No, Indiana came in with the game plan. They came in with an intensity, and it seemed like they understood this moment. Like you're on ABC, you're on Disney Plus, you're on everywhere. This is a national televised game, opening weekend, and this is a blessing to be able to be put in this spot as the WNBA is growing. And unfortunately, the Sky shit the bed. Like it's just no way around that. From coaching to player performance to execution, everything. We were bad in every facet of the game. Nobody gets spared today. I know Angel played with a lot of heart today, and I'm not trying to act like she didn't. But listen, everybody played bad today because when you put a performance like this, there is nobody who gets a pass on playing this bad to start off your. How do you look like you're tired in the first game of the season? This felt like a game where it's like the second of a back-to-back or some shit, and it's the first game of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get beat by 35 on the first game of the year. I don't want to hear shit from nobody. Like I don't care how good, even from Ariel. Ariel probably played the best game compared to everybody. Don't care. If you get beat that bad as a team, you didn't do your job as a team. You wasn't focused enough. You was and to Tyler, it wasn't enough. Like I get that you have a game plan, and more times than not, you don't switch the game plan in the middle of the game. I understand that. But it was very evident that keep shooting was not going to be the way we get ourselves into a winning situation because it didn't even get us back into the game realistically. At the end of the day, what got us back in the game was a flagrant that we probably shouldn't even got. And then the flagrant that we did get, you took Angel out, and you just didn't go with the momentum that we did have. So it's just Tyler really showed his youth today, and which is understandable. It's your first time on the job as a head coach. I ain't gonna kill you for it, but like I said to Dub, this game just shows you, and the game's coming ahead. It's just finna show you how much work all of us got to do individually as a team.
Yeah, you're spot on. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and really dig in here and figure out who the hell they want to be, man. That's just really what it comes down to. Like it's crazy that you need a wake up call in the first game of the season, but like that's what this is. If anybody thinking this was about to be sweet, this was about to be easy, it's not. It's not. Like having Courtney Vandersloot, great. Make no mistake about it. I love having an actual point guard here, but like you cannot lollygag your ass through a fucking game like that. You can't. And this seemed like lackadaisical effort from top to lackadaisical coaching. But like I also want to give us some credit to just the Indiana Fever and a team that went out in the offseason. They signed, they had a overhaul with free agents that they needed to help supplement and help support their young players in Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. And they did it, man. Like this team is deep. We didn't even see Sophie Cunningham at all in this game. This is a team that's well coached with Stephanie White coming in there and seemed prepared. They seemed the way that I wanted this guy to see as far as the execution standpoint. There was never you felt like, hey, these players are still learning how to fill each other out. This felt like a cohesive team that has been together for years. And that goes to coaching. That goes to the players putting in the work in the offseason.
That's actually incorrect. Stephanie White is not a first year coach. This is her first year as a head coach for the Fever, but she's not a first time head coach.
Great
She's
point.
been a head coach. She's been a head coach in college, and she's been a head coach for years in the W. So it's not the same thing. I just had to fix that
Great.
part. Had to adjust that.
For facts. Great, great. Let me ask you this. I know we've been very negative because of the game and the result, of course, that's warranted. What do you think the Sky can do from what we've seen today to try to turn this around in next game? We got the defending champion Liberty coming up next.
I think one thing I did like Rebecca Allen played a good game. And I think that's something you can feed off in. I think there's times, and I see, like I said, that's something he showed in the preseason. Whatever his rotation he throws out there, he gonna want at least one knockdown shooter in there. And I think he found that person. It's not fucking Rachel Battle. And he did it too many times today. And I hope looking at he should be in the air in a couple hours. So when he on his way back watching the film, that's something he keys into. But I think he's going to realize. Well, it's going to take him some time, but I think the quickest thing he can realize is certain personnels that work better than the personnels that he was just throwing out there today.
Yeah, yeah. I do you think Haley? Do you think I know she didn't play very much, only 4 minutes in this game, but she did come in with some. Do you think she's going to be part of the rotation they're going to start the game next? But do you think she's going to be part of the game plan coming into next game?
Who you said cut for a second?
Oh my bad, Haley, HVL.
She should have, because like when it came down to it, especially with a coach, I think one of the first things you learn, even if you're not a coach, like one of the first things you learn in basketball is sometimes you just need somebody to shake shit up. And that's literally the type of player Haley is. Like if nothing's going right, we can't make a shot, a burst of energy, and she could have been that. There was times in the first half where she could have came in and gave us a spark, and there was definitely hell after that little incident with Angel. I would put her ass right in where the energy is high, where she can go out there where the momentum is going our way on the opposite side of the ball. I felt like that was a perfect time to implement her into the game, and I just hope that's something he learns as he progresses through the season.
Yeah, I mean, ebb and flows. I think you got to realize when somebody has it and when they don't, right? Michaela Oniwerde, who was giving effort on the defense side of the ball, 0 for 7 today, and not really the best on ball defense either. But I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna zero out any player today because it was so bad from top to bottom that I think everything was bad in regards to that. But like, you got to figure out how to motivate somebody, and if you can't, then the season's already doomed because
Yeah.
Haley it did come in with energy, and I know it comes with the excitement of being a rookie and stuff like that. But you're gonna have to figure out a way to find some type of scoring punch. And I tell you what, I don't trust Rachel Banham. Rebecca Allen disappointed me this game because I did think her coming off the bench, she was going to be like a stabilizing factor when you need a big shot off the bench, stuff like that. She wasn't that. You're gonna have to find something because if you keep scoring this way, we're going to be on pace for a 17-win season.
Yeah. We definitely not on the place looking good. Yeah, like her, she should have played Maddie. There was times where even Maddie could have gotten the game because E Will did not look her best today either. So like, yeah, like I just hope like he don't get into this in a way in the mind frame of thinking like I just got to depend on my young players because you never know. Some of these young players can bring you out and put a lot of things and given the situation, you can build the confidence within them and the team at the same time if you do it correctly. So, yeah, like I said, with him being a young coach, that's kind of some of the stuff that comes later on in life. Like I would be very, it would be very great if he was to get that, but that comes with a lot of wisdom. So it's a lot to ask a little early for Tyler March, but he need to it was stuff in his face today that he could have fixed. So yeah, I'm pretty sure once he get done watching this film, he gonna be kicking himself.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Angelica says Miller was playing trash all game. E. Will was trash all game. Angel was the only one of the bigs not playing completely terrible. And that's the strength of our defense, right? Like I talked about it in the pregame show. Like having the big rotation that we have and all the defensive prowess that all these ladies are supposed to have in that rotation, that three woman rotation with Camilla, Angel, and E. Will, you have three defensive anchors there. And it just didn't look that way this game at all. At all. So like they're gonna have to figure it out. And maybe the Indiana Fever just had them figured out. But I tell you what, I think a lot is told about how well you prepared in the offseason in the first week of the season. Doesn't mean that it's going to be the story for the whole season, but I do think you can tell how rough of a start this is going to be by your first week of your season, especially with the schedule the damn Sky have coming up. We got New York, Sparks, and Phoenix between now and next Tuesday. That's a tough stretch the next 3 games. It's going to tell us a lot about who this team is.
Yeah, that next game for sure. Now, them last 2, they're going to be tests, but I think they're more winnable games. So I'm going to be looking for those games, that Phoenix and the other one game. I'm going to be paying close attention to that because that's something I can feel like you can win those coaching matchups.
Facts. Big facts. Anything left, Steve, before we get up out of here, man? I know everybody's frustrated. I'm pissed off, man.
Yeah,
I'm so disappointed.
It now.
I could have dealt with the loss. But it's the fact that how you lost this game. You weren't competitive in this game, basically from opening tip-off. They started this game off and punched you in the face, and you basically said, "Oh, all right, my bad. You got this one." I don't like you. You can't. This team is supposed to be too tough to start off the season getting punched in the face like this. You could lose, but not like this, man. Not like this.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not as mad because I felt like, could this happen? Yes. Should it happen? No. But at the same time, if it's gonna happen, this is the perfect time for it to happen now. Get the shit out now. Get the shit out your system now, because after this, it's go time.
That's a fact. Get the kinks out the first week, and we shall see what happens going forward, man. Any last words, Steve, before we get up out of here?
Nah.
All right, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure you guys are following us by the way, there's a page on Instagram that stole our logo, then stole another creator's video that they made, and they came at us thinking we stole it because they stole our logo. I'm gonna put the link to it in the comment section after we end this live. I need everybody to go and report that page because I made that logo. I worked hard on that logo, and to find out that somebody's stealing it and stole our name and got people thinking we out here stealing content, I don't fuck with that. So we gonna need that page taken down. That's what we're gonna need to do. We're gonna need y'all help on that one because that's some bullshit. And it's crazy because like I didn't even think about it until you said. He was like, hell, I didn't even know we had an Instagram page. I'm like, you know what? You fucking right. We don't have an Instagram page. It's crazy, bro.
So like, nigga, we got a page,
bro.
Like,
it's crazy, man. Like people out here just stealing other people's work because they too lazy to do it themselves.
Make your own shit.
Yeah, like do your own shit, my boy. Like it's crazy, man. Especially with AI. Now you can go create your own logo with AI if you ain't got the talent to do it. You ain't got to steal my shit that I actually created in Photoshop. Goofy ass motherfuckers, bro. But you guys can follow us at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoSkyCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Love you guys. Go Sky. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.